This is Aldo. We both saw Infinity War. If you haven't seen Infinity War, it should go without saying, don't watch this video. This is a spoilers video.
We're going to talk about everything that happened.
And in my opinion, this is like the most easily spoilable movie I've ever seen.
If you've seen memes, you probably don't know what's going on, but I'm pretty sure if you've seen the ones that say images without any context, yeah, those even spoil it, but then again,
even those.
Yeah.
Let's just get right into it then. Speaking of memes, there's those memes going around, the disintegration memes.
Yeah. That's everywhere. Instagram, Reddit, anywhere. It's literally posted up anywhere. And I'm pretty sure like when it first started, not a lot of people knew where it was coming from, but once they found out it was Avengers Infinity War, they were kind of like already speculating, what does it mean?
I think it's pretty obvious what it means.
Yeah,
And I think luckily some people don't know it's Infinity War yet, but personally I hate these memes because it's
too much.
It just gives it away.
It's too much.
Especially when it says Mr. So-and-so.
Yeah, I don't feel so good, and then the fade away, yeah.
It's like, gee, I wonder who said Mr. something in the movie.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, it's already been played like with SpongeBob. They did it with so many things, even Shrek, and they had the fading away effect to the meme and stuff like that. And like you either say Donkey, I don't feel so good, or Patrick, I don't feel so good, or
right.
Yeah. So that meme's just crazy.
I don't even think it's funny enough to justify the risk of spoiling it. Anyone who would want to look into the meme and see what it's all about is just immediately spoiled.
Yeah, I mean, if I haven't seen the movie and I seen it, I would probably question like what's going on. But then if somebody told me it was Avengers related, I probably would like to like vote and be like, I don't want to figure it out what it means or what's going on yet. Because I mean, like when it first came out, after I seen the movie, I was like, this is kind of funny because I know what it means. But then I started thinking like, what if somebody didn't see the movie? They might be like, what's going on? And then if they find us Avengers, they're gonna be like, wait, no, I don't want to know what's happening. Please get it away and stuff.
Even before that meme happened, like I was just on a Discord server I usually go on, and people were just posting like this copy pasta of everyone who dies in the movie, and there was like a GIF of Spider-Man fading away.
Oh man, really? Before the movie came out?
Well, it was the day the movie came out,
which
is the day I saw it. You saw it at midnight at the premiere, right?
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah, I seen it at midnight. Yeah.
I was gonna wait until Tuesday, but then once I saw that GIF and stuff, I was like, all right, I gotta see it as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's another thing with this movie. Like, literally, I felt like I had no choice. I felt like I had to watch it, like the very first days, because like even before the movie came out, the directors themselves were hyping it up, saying Thanos demands your silence, like that whole hashtag they made, Thanos demands your silence. And it was like, okay, now I know for a fact whatever happens in this movie, I don't want to get spoiled. Like, I literally hate it. Like, I didn't want to be the type of person that waited a week and then later on I get a friend texting me, hey, guess what? Thanos killed this person, and I'll be like, no, kid, what's wrong with you?
Well, I saw that video too, and I didn't really think much of it. I just thought, okay, cool, because they knew people are gonna want to talk about it. I didn't know that the ending was actually going to be like so easily spoiled.
Yeah, like, and I kind of felt like with an ending like that, if it was spoiled, it wouldn't be as impactful, or I wouldn't even care. I'd probably just look at it and be like, wow, can't believe this was spoiled. It takes away like the factor of like how you probably would have felt or like seen it, like, because nobody really expects it to happen in a Marvel movie.
Well, like I saw the list of everyone that died, but I only saw 3 names on it, and it was, I think, Spider-Man, Drax, and Mantis.
Oh wow, yeah.
And then I was like, all right, well, this list is obviously fake because Spider-Man's not gonna die. And I saw the GIF of him fading away, and was like, what is this, from like some weird action scene? So luckily it didn't end up spoiling it too much until like I saw people fading away. I was like, oh, so Spider-Man's about to die.
I mean, even the amount of people that died in the movie surprised me, because like when Black Panther, like that scene, like you saw, I think Bucky was the first one to go. He was like Cap, and then his gun dropped, and you know he faded.
Yeah, I think it was him.
And then I don't know, I think afterwards it showed Black Panther telling Okoye to get up.
I think a couple people faded away before Black Panther. I think they showed M'Baku, and then I was like, oh no, he's about to fade away. But then he didn't. And then Black Panther faded away, and I was like, none of these people are actually going to die, are they? They're going to come back.
Yeah, because
I know they're not going to kill off Black Panther.
Yeah, because when I see it, because you saw Black Panther, he saw Okoye, he reached out her hand, he was like, get up, this is no place for a warrior to die. And then he just started fading, and I was like, what? No. And you started thinking in your head, like, wait a minute, I'm pretty sure he's going to get a sequel. So
exactly.
Why would they kill him? Same thing with Spider-Man and stuff like that.
There's no announced sequel for Black Panther, but it's their highest grossing movies by the Avengers.
And they already announced Spider-Man was coming like after the next part.
So you know he's going to come back, because there's literally a movie in the works.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like it takes away from the fact how he died. Like the way he died, that was like really emotional. When I seen it, I was like, oh man, please don't do that. I heard that scene was improvised too.
Yeah, honestly, like I was so surprised with his acting there. Like I almost teared up.
I
never cry with movies. Yeah, I wish I did. But.
Yeah, I mean, I actually cried. I went crazy because I mean, Spider-Man's my favorite superhero.
Right. Yeah.
And like just seeing him die, I was like, what? No. And then everybody else just faded, but like him saying like, I don't feel so good, and then getting into like the emotional, like, I don't want to go, and it kind of puts you in perspective, like, wow, like, imagine actually like feeling it, like what he's feeling. Like,
he's
I don't
just
wanna,
a kid.
Yeah, and it makes you feel so bad and like just distraught. And just thinking like, man, like a character like him, always having fun and stuff. Just seeing him fade and man, it was crazy.
I feel weird because it's just like a Marvel superhero movie, and people are always like, oh man, I've had enough of these. There's so many of them.
Yeah.
And then I feel like that emotional in a scene in this movie. That's been hyped up for so long.
I think that's also the interesting thing about this movie. It's like every other Marvel movie, you can kind of pinpoint how it's gonna go. Like you kind of see like, okay, this is the beginning. Okay, that's the bad guy. He's gonna do this, middle part, ending. But it's like with this movie, just watching it, it's like I didn't really keep track of time. I was just like thinking in my head, like, what's gonna happen next?
Yeah.
What's the next thing that's gonna happen? Because it was like jumping out of anywhere. Like you see Thanos trying to collect the stones, everybody in different groups, and you're like thinking like, how are they gonna like get him? Like, what's gonna happen? What's the plan?
I was excited going into the movie, and then I was just thoroughly excited throughout, which I feel like I can't usually say. I think this is the most excited I've ever been when watching a movie.
Yeah, that's true. Like this movie was like, it was an experience watching it. Like just watching it, you were just in your seat, and I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like even watching it like in an event, like with fans and stuff like that in the movie theaters, they'll gasp at the same time, they'll laugh at the same time as you. It was like people kind of had the same emotions watching it. It was like a crazy experience. Yeah.
I feel like I'm glad I didn't have to go through something like that. I kind of get annoyed when.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
There was this one guy in my theater after the movie ended. He was just like complaining really loudly, like, "What? They left Don Cheadle alive, but they kill off Black Panther? Like, who cares about Don Cheadle?"
Wow, giving crap at Don Cheadle. There's a lot of people that before walking into it, they would say like, "Man, if somebody's gonna die, I want Falcon to die. I don't give a crap about him. I want War Machine to die. Who gives a crap?" And I knew for a fact if Marvel was gonna kill someone, it's not gonna just be like a few people like that. I kind of felt like if they were going to kill someone, it wasn't gonna be like none of the A-listers like Black Panther. I didn't expect that, or Spider-Man. Yeah. I literally thought it was gonna be like
Iron Man or something.
Yeah, like Iron Man or like the seasoned guys like Captain America.
There's always talk of Robert Downey Jr. retiring.
Yeah, Cap and Iron Man were like the two number ones that everybody thought were gonna die right off the bat.
I actually have a theory about that. I don't think it's true, but I think because look who's left alive: Thor, Captain America, Iron Man. All of their trilogies are done.
The original.
So like, what if all the people that faded away are the people that survived?
That's interesting. If the ones that died were the ones that stayed alive and everybody else died, I think it would have been like, I don't know. It's crazy because like we saw Thor, he gave like that last blow to Thanos in that last scene.
Yeah. Should aim for the head.
Yeah. When he snapped.
His whole arc was kind of useless if you think about it, because he didn't end up having any impact on the story unless something happens within the sequel, which maybe it will.
Yeah, I mean like
it was still cool. But
because his whole movie kind of connected from Thor Ragnarok, everything that he went through that.
They shit all over that movie.
Yeah, I mean because
they didn't even have Valkyrie or Korg in this. Yeah, they just died off screen before the movie even started.
Yeah, no, I think they said the Russo brothers. They came out on Twitter saying that actually like not everybody died. They said half of the Asgardians escaped in pods, and Valkyrie was one of them. Yeah, but he didn't say anything about Korg. But I think it's confirmed that some Asgardians and Valkyrie are alive.
Okay,
but it was confusing. I thought all of them died because like the opening scene, it was just like, wait, all of them are dead, and then you saw Loki and Thor.
I think it would have been more impactful if they had just shown them going to Earth, and you think, oh, maybe something's gonna happen to the story when they show up. Maybe Thanos is gonna come to Earth because they showed up and they have one of the gems. But no, it's just it starts. The ship is already destroyed. That was good too, though.
Yeah, I know there's some people that kind of have like little bit nitpicks because the movie's not perfect, but like seeing the amount they had to deal with just to make it, I give them like a lot of props to just pulling off like a whole story with like so much going on.
No, I have like a couple things about like maybe certain scenes or whatever. But overall, I think it was a great. They did a great job.
Yeah, I mean like I remember like even the starting point, like all Marvel movies have like a certain intro. You know, you have like a certain action scene or something, and then you see the Marvel logo, and then it'll go back into the movie. But this one, it literally starts off with the Marvel 10th anniversary, not even music. You just hear like a voice recon call from Asgard being like calling, "We need help."
Right, it's just quiet.
Yeah, and it's kind of like
so they were playing that like over the intro.
Yeah,
so I guess that's what the Guardians heard.
Oh yeah. That's what they heard because when they were going, they said they wanted some moolah and stuff. Yeah,
that's another thing that I kind of like. That's a weird coincidence. They just happened to heard it and they already knew Thanos. One of them is literally Thanos' daughter.
Yeah. So it's like everything.
But it's still good.
Everything tied up. Yeah, but like the opening scene, you know when Loki died, right? How did you feel when he died? Because I know like in Thor 1 he died and he came back like in Avengers. Yeah. But it's like seeing him get choked and get his neck.
Well, I don't know. I felt like he was still maybe gonna come back, but I wasn't sure. Like I thought he's probably dead. But I don't know because he's such an iconic character. Yeah. And in the press tour and stuff, Tom Hiddleston is like all the junkets and everything. Man,
Tom Hiddleston, I think he played his cards right. Like whether he knew his death or not. I mean, I'm pretty sure he was like somebody who had the smallest scene because he literally showed up for like the first few minutes of the movie. But like the fact that he actually went through the whole press tour and people were saying who's gonna die, he did a good job, kind of like keeping it like under the wraps of not saying anything. I mean, I kind of expect that anyways, but you know, Mark Ruffalo and Tom Holland, they're kind of blamed for like spoiling a lot.
Mark Ruffalo too?
Yeah.
I only know Tom Holland spoils a lot.
No, because I remember people are bringing back that video from last year from Disney like D23 Expo where he was talking to Good Morning America and they asked him, what's it like making this movie? And he was like, wait till you see this next one. Almost everybody dies. And Don Cheadle was like, dude. And he was like, oh, not everybody. I mean, and seeing that clip.
That sounds familiar.
And seeing that clip, everybody thought he was acting. I was like, man, these guys are good actors trying to confuse us right now. And when you see the movie, it actually happened.
Whoa.
So it makes you think like, did he actually just spoil the biggest plot?
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, me too. I forgot it. And then I remember on YouTube when I seen it recommended, I clicked on it and I was like, oh my gosh, I remember this video. And Don Cheadle trying to shut him up.
Why would he say that?
Yeah.
Damn, I in trouble.
But I remember like when Loki, when he first died and stuff, that scene, I was like, oh my gosh. Because when Thanos actually stood up and he said, this time no resurrections, I knew for a fact that was like Marvel looking at the crowd saying, yeah, everybody's dying.
I didn't have that feeling, but I know about the like talking to the camera thing. Like
when
that.
I seen that, I was like, yeah, these guys are going all out in this movie.
I think I felt more emotion towards Heimdall's death because like, I was more sure like he's not gonna come back. I still feel like Loki could maybe come back.
Yeah, I could see Loki. I mean, he's
since
popular,
they're gonna bring everyone back anyway.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of people who left this movie kind of crying, stuff like that, and also a bunch of people who came out saying, "Man, there's a next part. They're all gonna come back to life." But I'm pretty sure, like, with the stakes they pulled off, I think it'll be the dumbest mistake just to bring back everybody. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be stakes. Like, the stakes are gonna either deepen or there's gonna be some sort of sacrifice to bring people back.
Well, I think they are gonna bring everyone back, but I think it's gonna be like this big deal. It's not just gonna be like they're automatically back. Or it's like what I said before, how the half that are still there are actually the ones that died. It could be something like that where they're just in another dimension.
People. I remember,
they have stuff like that in the comics.
I remember people because we seen at the end scene when Thanos snapped. It was just confusing. You saw him like in this red orange room, and you were like,
"What was that?"
Yeah, you were like, "What?" And then you saw Gamora as a little girl, and then you're like, "What was that?" And I think people try to connect that afterwards, saying that's a soul gem.
I thought you were talking about the very last scene where he's just like looking at a sunset.
No, that part. Everybody started saying, "What? That's how the movie ends." There was people getting crazy.
This happened with a couple other movies. It was like the movie I saw before this was the original Westworld from the 70s, which is completely unrelated movie, but I feel like that movie also ends really suddenly. Then so with that movie, like the second before it ended, I was like, wait, it's about to end, isn't it? Just like with that. And then I had that exact same feeling with Infinity where I was like, wait. Wait, it's about to end.
Yeah, I know. When I seen that, I was like, nah, don't end here. And then when you just see him smile at the end of that sunset, you're like, what? I mean, I think it's a good ending because it makes you want to come back to see the next part.
Yeah,
but,
I remember it's great.
I remember the Russo brothers, I think they said like they wanted to capture like a shock value that was like when they were kids watching Empire Strikes Back. Because I could only imagine like it's like the early 80s, late 70s, Empire Strike comes out, you watch it, and then with that ending, Luke, I'm your father, him losing his arm. I bet like back then when people saw that scene, they were like, no way, that's his dad, he just killed his hand, we just like, what's going on? Like it kind of gave people a shock value. So I kind of feel like with this movie, they kind of succeeded in that, giving like a shock value. Like what?
Honestly, I think they did it even more. Even though you know they're gonna come back, but it's like every character is affected by that.
Yeah, this is like 10 years worth of like hyping up this whole storyline. And when you reach this, and you're like, can it live up to the hype? And when you watch it, you're like, oh my gosh, this is
literally
crazy.
The last phrase in the movie is just Captain America's like, oh my god.
Yeah, he was like, oh god.
That's how messed up it is.
Yeah, because they don't know what to do. They're just like,
that's the last phrase of the movie. He's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, and then oh man, like just thinking of that, like it's really crazy. And then like you see Thanos snap, and you just think like, what just happened?
They were just as confused.
Yeah, everybody was confused. Even Thor, he was like, what did you do? What did you do? And then he just went, teleport back. And it looks like looking at the Infinity Gauntlet, it looked like it burned his arm or something. Because like it was all charred and destroyed.
I didn't expect that. I thought it was just gonna be like
so I guess like using the power.
Even really, the ads and everything, they're like he wants to destroy half the galaxy just by snapping his fingers.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so it's trailer talk. He's gonna it's like hyperbole and stuff, but that's literally what he did.
What he did. Like he literally completed his goal. Like, and it was crazy seeing that because you didn't expect
verbatim.
that. You didn't expect that from a villain because usually when it's a villain like who has a goal, it's like we're the good guys. They're gonna stop him. But it's like you literally go through this whole movie and realizing, wow, this is actually Thanos' movie because he got what he wanted. He actually completed his goal, and for the first time, we see the heroes lose, and in a big way too. Like they lost a lot of people. They lost the battle. It's crazy. Oh man, like this movie was insane. It was a crazy experience.
That feeling I had when it was a second before it ended, and I was like, this is the ending right now. This is literally the ending scene.
Yeah.
I had that like before the post-credit scene. I was like, they're not gonna have a post-credit scene. That would be even more shitty.
I mean, there was people who actually thought there wasn't because after the title came up that said Avengers Infinity War and it faded, people just assumed like, oh wait, there's no after credit scene.
In my theater, I don't think anyone walked out. I can't imagine.
I mean, I see people walk out before, and I was like, don't leave. I'm pretty sure there's one, but they decided to leave.
You have to stay until the end.
Yeah, but just just seeing how everything happened, like from the beginning, seeing the team ups. What did you think about the certain characters that met and teamed up in this movie? Because they kind of had like interesting team ups when it came up.
Well, I was worried about that from the beginning. I kind of wanted them all to meet.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I think they're saving that for like the next movie. Like I don't know. I have like a feeling
maybe
like in this movie they broke our hearts, and in the next movie they probably want to like blow our minds.
Well, I think it was more like they couldn't just have them all in one movie because it'd be
too much.
Yeah,
too much going on.
It broke Joss Whedon trying to do Avengers 2.
That's true. And thinking how many superheroes the Russos had to deal with, it was crazy.
And they still pull it off.
Yeah, there was a lot of action in this movie. A lot of good action. I liked it a lot. But like, I kind of feel like it would be cool if in the next movie we'll see like a encore type of scene where you see the whole line up there, like just a bunch of superheroes, and they're all gonna go charge to get the last blow, the last win or something. I'm not sure how the next movie's gonna go, but like I don't know. I kind of feel like they split everybody in groups to make it easier on themselves. But who knows if in the next movie they're gonna save it to kind of show everybody.
Yeah, and even though it was kind of disappointing, I was still excited. Like I wasn't thinking about it as the movie went. I was just like, this is just really cool that these characters are meeting.
Yeah, because I
wasn't really disappointed that not everyone was meeting.
Yeah, because I remember like when the trailers came out, I was kind of getting excited, like, oh my gosh, I would like to see Groot meet Spider-Man, or like, you know, like certain stuff, and then like just seeing it not happen, it wasn't like not disappointing, but it was kind of like what we got was pretty cool too. Actually.
Well, it's funny because like in the first trailer that came out, which is like I think the highest viewed trailer ever on YouTube, they make it look like Gamora's talking to Iron Man. They never meet.
Yeah, the way they did the trailer too, that trailer tricked everybody too.
It's funny because they tricked it, but they also said exactly what he was going to do.
Because
he snapped his fingers and half of everyone's gone.
Yeah, and if you think about it, like even that scene where it showed them running in Wakanda, that was never even included in the movie. The scene where they all like have that action shot where it shows all of them.
Well, yeah, because isn't Hulk in that?
Yeah, Hulk, and he's not in the movie. Yeah, well, I mean he was in the beginning, but
yeah, I loved that they just got that out of the way.
Yeah,
right
Hulk
away.
Just like get out. Yeah, like they literally pulled a lot of stuff. Like they literally tricked a lot of viewers. Like people like always thinking Hulk was gonna be like the saving grace of like the last minute coming, and he didn't even come in at the end.
Because they showed at the beginning he can't do anything to Thanos.
Yeah. I like how the team ups came in. Like it showed that scene where Iron Man, how he was talking to Pepper, and he was saying like he had a dream about having kids. And I think right there when he said he was having kids, I don't know if that's gonna be like a setup for him to leave the role of Iron Man, like in the next movie. Like, hey, I'm gonna become a family man now.
When I saw that, I saw it in the theater with my mom. I leaned over to her. I was like, he's gonna die.
Yeah.
Talking about starting a family, he's gonna die.
Yeah, I thought it was sad if he actually.
I think they did that on purpose to.
To kind of throw you off. Yeah, to mislead you.
Oh, he's getting married. He's definitely gonna die.
And then seeing Doctor Strange come in and saying, Tony Stark, we need you, and seeing them meet. People walked in this movie wanting to see a Sherlock Holmes reference at least. Like,
yeah, I saw this thing years ago, like before Doctor Strange even came out, when Benedict Cumberbatch was announced to be Doctor Strange. Yeah. They're like, when they do the next Avengers movie, they need to have a joke where they like say in their direction, "Hey, no shit, Sherlock," and they both say, "Huh?"
Yeah. But I heard Benedict Cumberbatch in an interview, they stated that joke to him, and he said it was so cheesy. He said he hated it. He didn't want to do it. So I guess
perfect,
he's not, I know. I guess he's not a fan of it, which I thought was funny. But
he'll do a Jimmy Kimmel skit, but not that.
Yeah, exactly. Like what is that? Jimmy Kimmel.
It's funny because they have both Sherlock Holmes, Robert Downey Jr., and Benedict Cumberbatch, and they also have both Watsons because Martin Freeman is in Civil War and Black Panther, and also Jude Law is going to be in Captain Marvel. He's going to be like Marvel or something.
Yeah, I mean Captain Marvel's going to be interesting too because after credit scene they showed Captain Marvel, and it was kind of
that's going to be like, well, I don't know. I'm not sure if Captain Marvel is going to answer the questions or because it takes place in the 90s. So I don't know.
They show set pictures.
I'm thinking maybe like time travel could be involved because they're in the 90s and like what are they going to do? Age Brie Larson up?
I don't know. Unless her powers don't affect her age, because they make it seem as if like he had that searching pager, as if she was like far away. Because like it would explain why she hasn't been in any of the Marvel movies, like with the attack of an Ultron or like the Chitauri when they attacked New York City in the first Avengers. She was probably dealing with a bigger war out there.
Yeah, well, that's like Earth's problem.
Yeah. But I know
it's funny because Samuel Jackson is gonna be Nick Fury and
and they said he's gonna have his 2 eyes.
Yeah, I saw the set picture.
Yeah, and hair.
Yeah, but like Samuel Jackson's pretty old. I guess he could look young.
Yeah, they could probably make him look young. You know, I mean, after seeing like in Civil War when they showed Iron Man use that CGI tech. Actually, like I think the best version I've seen of somebody looking young was Kurt Russell in Guardians 2. Yeah, that beginning scene, he looked.
But that's just like for one scene. Imagine like a whole.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for a whole movie. Yeah,
I don't know.
But just seeing that scene,
they might do that with Clark Gregg Coulson. He's gonna be in it.
Oh really? Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So if he's just gonna be like, if he just has a cameo, they might use it for that.
Yeah, they might. Yeah, but like seeing the team ups, Doctor Strange and Iron Man, it was a funny team up because they were like kind of both going at it sometimes.
Yeah, I think that worked really well, but it was also kind of expected. Yeah, like a lot of people when they saw Doctor Strange, they just thought, well, he's just Tony Stark.
Yeah.
He even has the same facial hair and stuff.
So it was funny. Yeah, and it was kind of funny seeing how like when Spider-Man came in, he kept making a bunch of pop culture references at the beginning.
If it had just been Doctor Strange and Iron Man, I think that would have been kind of tiresome. But I think Spider-Man saved it.
It was funny,
especially Star-Lord coming in
yeah,
later.
Yeah,
like
Star-Lord,
he's like, is Footloose still the best movie? It never was.
Yeah, that was a good joke. I thought it was hilarious when
there was a lot of good jokes with them. At first, when they showed the Guardians, and they were like making jokes like, "You're not a man, he's a man," I was like, it doesn't feel as funny as the first two Guardians movie. Although I guess the humor in those was kind of forced too. Like, a little bit.
I mean, it
was pretty funny, but like not as funny as the characters think it is.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was funny. Like that scene, they really took Drax kind of over the top of the comedy sometimes. Like from the first Guardians compared to now, like he's a literally funny character.
Well, I think they actually did tone it down from Guardians 2.
Yeah, Guardians 2, he was nonstop.
And hopefully
cracking.
They do that for the third one too. Oh, that reminds me of another thing, and like how they like progressed Star-Lord and Gamora's relationship.
Oh yeah,
Because before they was like, well, they won't they, but now in this it's like they are a couple.
Like confirmed.
I feel like they should have saved that for Guardians 3. But, I mean, she might be dead.
Yeah,
though,
now
so.
that's the thing. Because I remember that's what people were having theories about. People think like the deaths, like the disintegration deaths, were people who were gonna come back, but the deaths that happened before that, or like are like people think they're real deaths.
But they can't kill off Gamora.
I know,
though.
I really wish they don't. I mean, so true. I don't think James Gunn. I don't think he's scared to kill off people because I think he even said in Twitter, "Baby Groot is not even the original Groot." He said,
"Yeah,
it was
but he's still back." Though.
Yeah, I know.
But I can't bring back Gamora if she's just like they can't have baby Gamora.
Yeah, I really hope she comes back. And I know Star-Lord. People had issues with that scene when like they almost took the gauntlet off and Star-Lord kind of lost it and started going ham at him.
Yeah,
that scene. I mean, I understand why they kind of kept it in.
No, I think it works. It's just a really frustrating scene.
Yeah, I know it is frustrating.
But it keeps the excitement going.
Yeah, because you think like, wow, we almost had him, and just for that small second, he could have just waited. Because people were saying you could have just gone ham on him right after we got the gauntlet, and then beat him up. But I don't know, like, it added more tension and like, oh no, like what's gonna happen now and stuff. It's funny because somebody pointed out like online, they said Star-Lord really had it in him for all these movies. Like Guardians 1, he had issues with his mom. His mom passed away, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Second movie, daddy issues. Having a bad dad who killed his mom. Third movie, in-law issues. Thanos being his in-law and dealing with that, and Gamora being taken and then killed. And it was actually kind of cool seeing Thanos actually have emotion. I mean, I understand like he's supposed to be an enemy, but like he was still at least grounded to feel humanized in a way where you kind of feel like he at least has emotion. But even in that scene, like when they went to go get the Soul Stone, how did you feel when you seen that floating cloak and then it revealed it was Red Skull?
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that was my favorite scene.
You thought it was? Yeah, it was.
That was my favorite part because I never expected Red Skull to come back. I don't even remember what happened to him in Captain America. It's such a forgettable movie.
He had a Tesseract, I remember, and then he just got beamed, and the Tesseract was just there. So I remember watching that, and I remember like I watched it the first time, I thought he was dead. And I remember watching it the second time, I'm like, wait a minute. In Avengers, Loki was using it, and he was teleporting. And then that's when I connected. I was like,
oh my god.
Yeah. And then when I seen that, I was like, wait a minute. He probably is in a different dimension. Where is this man? And then when I seen this movie, when I seen this movie, I forgot. And when I seen him, I was like, oh my gosh, he's alive. What the heck?
I think they would have used him before now, except for that Hugo Weaving didn't want to come back for it.
Yeah.
They did use this actor from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, The Walking Dead. I heard.
Yeah.
He sounded really similar to him.
Ross Marquardt, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, wow, they got Hugo Weaving to come back.
But then when you realize it was him, you're like, wow, they actually had a good replacement.
But yeah, I didn't think they were ever gonna bring Red Skull back, and I was kind of upset about that because people always say Marvel has this villain problem.
Yeah.
Like they killed off Ultron, even though he's supposed to be this big recurring villain. Yeah. Red Skull's gone, but now he can come back.
He can come back. I mean, when I first seen him, I was like, Soul Gem, that must be death. And then when I seen it was Red Skull, I was like, wait, what?
Well, Death's female in Marvel, though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Death is female, so it probably wouldn't have worked that way. But seeing him as like the Guardian or like this Wanderer in this dimension, Vormir, that
was
planet,
perfect.
It was crazy seeing that. It was like this movie had a lot of surprises.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
I didn't actually think the rest of that scene was as good as I think most people do. Like you said, Thanos, it makes him less of a bad guy, kind of like. Yeah. But I didn't really feel that.
Yeah, I didn't feel bad either. I just felt like, why are you crying? You know what you're doing is wrong. Just don't kill her.
I feel like he doesn't really love her though. So it's like, how does he get the gem from that?
Yeah, I kind of feel like he probably does like Gamora, like he loves her, but it was more like a thing where he was like, I feel like this is my destiny. It has to be done. And he's like, I'm gonna toss you.
That's what it was. Yeah, but it is. But it's kind of
contradictory
if you think about it, because like if he loves her, then he can't kill her.
Exactly. Yeah, so it was crazy seeing that, and then he got the Soul Stone. I think at that point there was a lot of people saying like, I want this man to die. Like they just want him dead.
Yeah, including Star-Lord.
Yeah, Star-Lord. Oh man, he wanted to go ham on him.
I like that in the scene where Star-Lord messes it up for everyone. They actually used Mantis in a good way.
Yeah.
She actually had a good part in this.
Yeah, so like you know how Thanos had his group, the Black Order. To tell you the truth, they weren't as good as they probably could have been. The only one that I thought was good was Ebony Maw, the one that faced them in New York, the one with the telepath powers, the one that captured Doctor Strange. CGI.
Yeah, he was interesting.
Yeah, I thought he was okay, but the other ones, they kind of felt like they probably could have done better with him.
Yeah, it was better than I thought. I thought Thanos was just going to show up and have this big CGI army, the first Avengers.
Yeah,
and they didn't do that, which was great.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess it makes sense because in the other two movies the Russo brothers have done, they didn't do that either.
Yeah, you really see their differences of like how they want it. Because walking into this movie, you literally had the assumption that Thanos was gonna come in a giant battleship, like, whoa, they're all gonna attack Earth, and now we're about to see like war go crazy in the city. But it was interesting seeing them in the flying donut, how they said in the movie.
Yeah.
And they said instead of waiting for Thanos in New York or like at home, why not take the fight to him? So they ended up in that planet Titan, and I thought it was cool actually, because seeing that fight in that planet, it was really crazy how they planned it out.
When I heard that in the trailer, and Iron Man's like, we have what he wants, and he'll come to us, and like, oh, so they're gonna make this plan on Earth, and they're gonna set up this trap on Earth, know that they're on his planet. So that was make and do.
Yeah, I like how they did that. It seemed like both perspective. Like you saw Thanos on Titan, and then you seen in Wakanda, Cap, the rest of the group there facing what were those creatures like?
And now Iron Man's just stuck in space by himself.
Like what? With Nebula. Yeah. But like seeing how Thanos and him were in that scene where they were fighting, the action was so cool. When they were on Titan, and you saw all them teaming up, you saw Doctor Strange pull up the magic.
I thought you meant in Wakanda. I think it was still really good. I think that was probably the most boring part for me. Like it was the most similar part to what I had predicted with them just fighting a big CGI army.
Yeah, CGI army. Yeah. But I mean, like when they faced Thanos, it was cool seeing the team ups, and it was even funny seeing like how Doctor Strange was opening portals for Spider-Man. And every single time he attacked him, he was like, magic, more magic with a kick. I need grabbed him by the neck, chopped him down. But like it was cool seeing like all the tag team, and they almost had the gauntlet off. But I know what you mean, like how you said the whole CGI fight. I'm actually glad the whole movie wasn't like that.
Yeah,
I thought the movie was gonna be.
But they still put it in there. Yeah, so I think they used it good.
Because like I kind of feel like sometimes like that is cool, but like sometimes you miss a lot. Like wow, I have to look at a lot of stuff going on. Whoa, okay, it's like an eye fest, but like it's a lot to take in sometimes. But seeing how like they split it up, like with Thanos, them on Titan, and then them on Wakanda, I thought it was really cool. And like you said earlier, you said Thor's part, you thought it wasn't really that big, but like
I liked it.
Yeah, it's because I kind of feel like it was too much for him in a way, because like he faced all that in Thor Ragnarok, and then for him to jump in with this and then automatically fight Thanos, it was like what's gonna happen to Thor? And then you see him go through this journey where he's like, I need my new hammer.
Yeah, actually I think that was the perfect thing for him, even though it didn't have, I wasn't saying it wasn't that big, I just think it didn't have any impact on the story at all, because he just missed. But I think that was the perfect use of him, because they start with killing off Loki and stuff, so he's mad, but then Thanos doesn't even expect him to come back.
So it was like
very last second.
He
almost saves it. And that even makes it so that you think, oh, so that's how Thanos is defeated. He's defeated by the thing he didn't expect, because he thinks he already defeated Thor in the first scene. And then that comes back to bite him, but no, he still wins.
And then it's kind of funny seeing like how Rocket and Groot went with Thor and that whole speech he had, and then how Rocket gave Thor essentially that new eyeball.
That was cool, but it was also just kind of random.
I was like, well,
how about these two with Thor?
Yeah, it was probably funny.
It was still cool though.
Yeah, it was cool, but like that scene where he went to go make his new hammer, the Stormbreaker, and you see him Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage just shows up. He's like, oh, he's in this.
Yeah,
he's big.
People were laughing at that part. They were like, what? Because they couldn't believe it when they seen that.
I think there was one more thing that I think they could have done better. I think they didn't use Stan Lee's cameo very well.
Oh, Stan Lee's cameo. I thought it was quick.
Yeah, he was just like the bus driver.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's him right there. I thought it was funny, but I know what you mean. I thought he was gonna have like a bigger cameo in a way.
You know what they could have done that would have been messed up and made everyone in the theater cry? They could have just had him like as a person on the street fading away. Actually, that probably would have been a good after credit scene, but it's just like when they show everyone fading away, he's just like, oh jeez.
Unless
he like makes a crack about it, and everyone's just am I supposed to laugh or cry? Yeah. I think the problem if they had done that with his cameo being him fading away and dying is if he died like a week after the movie was released.
Oh no, that would be horrible.
Whoops.
Oh man, no. Probably that was a smart choice. Avoided that.
Still though, man, just a bus driver.
Yeah, but like
whatever.
I thought it was funny when they went to go get Thor's new hammer, and Rocket was like, "We're gonna hit him with a brick," because he saw the metal plate, and they were like, "No, we have to like first melt the metal and then create the hammer." But I don't know if you felt this way, but that scene where you saw the beam come out of nowhere and you saw the axe start flying in Wakanda when they start all getting ambushed by those weird war dog creatures. You saw the beam come down, Thor's hammer starts flying, and that cool poster shot right there where it shows Thor grab the hammer. You see Rocket on the shoulder, Groot.
Yeah.
That scene, I'm not even lying. I literally thought that scene right when they revealed it, I thought you were gonna hear his Thor Ragnarok theme song like.
Yeah, well,
I thought it was gonna.
I mean, that song made sense for Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah,
like that song's literally about Asgard and stuff.
Yeah. I literally thought I was gonna play that scene when it showed him.
Actually, in the credits, I was surprised it said they only had 2 songs, which was like Black Panther's theme and like one other song.
Yeah, when I seen the credits and it showed music, I was like,
that's it?
I was like, wait, what? I literally thought we were gonna get ambush of music and all types of music with different characters.
And it still said soundtrack available, but it's just the score.
Yeah, so that was actually interesting. The fact that they didn't use a lot of music that people would usually assume.
I feel like there was a song playing when the Guardians, when they first showed them.
Yeah, when they first showed them, to kind of give you like a hint, like, wait a minute, we're going to space, Guardians of the Galaxy coming in.
Yeah, it's like a song from his Zune or something.
Yeah, from the Zune, yeah. So it's kind of funny seeing that. And it's kind of interesting that I thought we were going to see Star-Lord step on Earth again in this movie, but he didn't, so he never came back to Earth.
He didn't, did he?
So I don't know if he
will. But Rocket and Groot did.
Yeah, Rocket. Yeah, exactly. That's so weird. Now that you mentioned it, Rocket and Groot are on Earth.
And Iron Man's in space.
Yeah, and it's funny because like Rocket, he never even seen Earth or a gun, and so when he saw Lucky shooting with the gun, he was like, "How much for the gun?" And he was like, "Not for sale."
Yeah.
He's like, "How much for the arm?" And he's like, looked at him like, "What's wrong with this thing?" So that was funny. Just seeing like some of the characters you didn't think would meet, but like even if like all the stuff happening, they literally give you like little moments where like, oh, they met, they talked at least stuff.
Yeah, there was maybe too many quips in like the battle in New York. With Doctor Strange and Iron Man
saying like, "Get out of here, Squidward," and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, I think the most amount of quips where I was just like, is this gonna be the whole movie? And thankfully it wasn't, but it was like,
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
It was when Bruce Banner was trying to turn into Hulk.
Oh yeah, he
like, I can't do it. He's like, come on.
Yeah. And he was like, "Dude, you're embarrassing me in front of the Wizards." Yeah.
Like, all right.
Yeah, literally see him try to transform. He looked constipated. Like he was actually like pushing, like, come on, I got this. And it wasn't working. And Doctor Strange and Wong were really confused, like, what's he doing with this stuff? But it looked like they were familiar with them before because they referenced ice cream flavors that they had.
You think Black Panther has an ice cream flavor? Probably not, because he wasn't in the Avengers.
Chocolate. I mean, yeah,
chocolate.
It was cool how they balanced out comedy and like everything that happened, because like people were kind of scared like Marvel being too funny. They didn't think like they can't be dark. Well, seeing this movie, they made DC look at it and be like, wow, that's not cool, man. Like you gotta chill, whoa. Because like they had their fun moments, but they also had moments where you like they grabbed and you're like, oh my gosh, this is suspenseful. What's going on? This is bad. So it's like they really did well with like making everything kind of seem smooth, like not too much of anything, just a good ride.
What was your favorite part? I know I said mine was Red Skull.
Man, what was my favorite part? Oh man, I'm not sure, man. I think my favorite part probably is in Wakanda, where you see, Cap, you see Black Panther, you see like these aliens, they're attacking them, they all get ambushed, even Hulk. He said there's like too many going on, and then you see the beam come, and you see Thor's axe flying around, you're like, oh no, he came. And then when you see him grab the axe, and you just see that shot, you're like, oh my gosh. And then he's like, bring me Thanos, and then he did that jump, and then the lightning,
and he
struck the ground. Like, yeah, I think that scene was probably my favorite. I liked it a lot. I know there's like a lot of funny scenes too, like that scene where Gamora and Star-Lord had that moment, and Drax was there the whole time.
Yeah, I thought that was funny, even though I didn't like that scene because I think they should like save that for Guardians of the Galaxy.
3, yeah.
I don't like that they're developing these characters in Avengers, even though they're not even Avengers.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah,
but I did think that was funny.
Yeah, but I think I heard since they're gonna do a third Guardians, I think they said this is gonna be like the final ride for like the roster of Guardians we have now.
And then maybe they'll do like the Sylvester Stallone, Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, that'll be weird. But
that would be weird, but I think
I don't know. Yeah. Like after the third movie, it would kind of be sad seeing how the roster will change.
I think they'd still show up in like Avengers, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I remember Chris Pratt said that he'll be down to do as many Marvel movies literally until they kick him out the lot themselves and not sign a contract. So I'm pretty sure he'll be down to keep coming back.
I think he's down to do anything.
Yeah.
I think it was cool how it was moving so fast after Thanos got there that even after Star-Lord screwed it up for everyone, they didn't have time for that cliche scene where it's like, we almost beat him and you ruined it for everyone. That would have been really hard to watch, but they breezed right past that because...
Yeah, it's like, he got it. He got the time stone. He's out. Like, that scene was crazy. Like, especially the fight with Thanos and Doctor Strange. Compared to Doctor Strange in the first movie, he really read a bunch of books because he learned a lot of magic. He was pulling out all types of spells.
I mean, to be fair, in the end of Doctor Strange, he like faced off against Dormammu.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But like seeing the movie, that scene, the last, that fighting sequence with Iron Man and Thanos, people literally thought, like, I was at the edge of my seat. People were thinking like, because like every single time Thanos faced the character, you were always thinking, oh my gosh, one of them might die. It was gonna be.
So, like, literally,
and then
it's kind of weird because with his gems, it seems like he should be more powerful than he is, even though he can just like beat any of them really easily. Yeah. But he has like a reality stone. Like he turned Drax and Mantis into this like
bricks and then paper machete cut. Yeah.
Right when he got to Iron Man and stuff, we could have just done that there.
Yeah.
But it was better that they.
Well, I think they kind of like showed it off, but like I think for him to activate the gems, he has to clench his fist because like every single time he was about to, like
right.
Yeah. And then when Iron Man came in after he fought Doctor Strange, he put like something on his hand where he couldn't close it, and then that's when Iron Man and him started going at it, and it was really cool seeing how Iron Man was actually putting up a fight in a way. That nanotech was insane, like how he was just crafting a shield, pummeling him, and it was funny how like he got hit, and Thanos was like, just for a drop of blood, that's what he did that for.
Yeah.
They started going deep, and then Iron Man got stabbed. Like literally that scene, everybody was like, and the whole theater gasped, and just there suddenly was like, don't die, don't die. And then when you saw Doctor Strange say, stop, let him live, it was like, wait, what's going on? Because early in the movie, he looked at all the possibilities, and he said there was like, what, 14,605,000 or something?
That was kind of...
Like, you thought the number was too big or something?
No, well, that stuff always seems weird to me. Like, isn't there supposed to be infinite different realities?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So there should be infinite outcomes?
He was like, I see.
And so how could there only be one?
Yeah, he was like, there was only one, we win.
There should at least be like 2 or 3.
I kind of feel like it's just give like more shock value to be like, oh my gosh, this battle, like, it's just an easy loss right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, even beforehand, Doctor Strange told him, he was like, if we're gonna do this, I'm telling you right now, if it's you or the kid, he told Tony, I'm sacrificing the both of you, I have to protect the stone. And then at the end, when you saw Tony about to die, he gave him the stone, Thanos, and then he told him, we're in the end game now.
Yeah.
And even before fading, he was like, Tony, this was the only way. So I kind of feel like this is part of his plan. Like,
yeah,
Tony,
that's what everyone's saying.
Yeah, everybody's thinking,
I think that's definitely part of it.
Yeah, but it's just crazy seeing the fact that it just all happened that way. But it's kind of funny, like, seeing the team-ups that stand. It's literally the original Avengers, and then you have Rocket with them randomly just there, because Rocket's the only Guardian left. And it's funny that it would be Rocket, because Rocket always had that love-hate relationship with them.
If my theory is right, which I don't think it is, but I just think it's an interesting theory, but if it's right that the ones that faded away are the ones that are actually still alive, then that would mean Rocket's dead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I can understand them killing off Nebula, but not Rocket.
I mean, I kind of find it funny that Rocket's alive. Like, he's literally a sitting raccoon. Like, he's sad because, you know, Groot left. He doesn't know who else died. He doesn't even know Gamora died.
Groot can't even come back from this one.
Yeah.
Because he just disintegrated.
He's disintegrated. Yeah, there's no sprout. There's not even a splinter or anything or a little leaf. It's just destroyed. But, like, seeing, you know, the original Avengers, you see Rocket, and then you see Iron Man and Nebula in space. That's just the randomest duo right there. They're, like, literally in space. And it was kind of surprising. Like, seeing Tony, like, his character, when he saw everybody fade away, he was like, cool, don't go. Like, he kind of had like a stern face, like as if like he saw it coming, but like didn't know how to react. Because even when Spider-Man died, he was just there like thinking like.
That's kind of how I was reacting when I saw it. I was just like.
I know, yeah. It's like shocked.
I wasn't even like yelling or anything. I was just like.
Yeah.
And I was like that literally until the after credits scene. I was just like, well, I got up and walked away because the guy in front was like complaining about Don Cheadle and stuff. But then I just was sitting in the back, stone faced, like until I walked out.
Like with every Marvel movie, sometimes you feel like, oh man, that was kind of fun. I could probably check it out in the future again. But it's like after watching this movie, I feel like, man, I can't relive what I just saw. Like I don't even know if I want to watch it again.
But you did watch it again.
Yeah, I did watch it again. Yeah, but after like a week probably. But yeah, that movie was insane.
And then they're gonna follow it up with Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp. I think like after seeing the latest trailer of Ant-Man and the Wasp, I kind of feel it's like a little fun break before we get to like the next part.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It's just kind of
because it's gonna be like,
really funny that they follow up Infinity War with this.
I know when I heard, I was like, wait a minute, Ant-Man and the Wasp is coming out after. Okay.
I guess it takes place before. Funny. I bet the after credit scene that is just gonna be like
disintegration happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what? And then the next one after that is I think Captain Marvel. We're gonna get introduced to her. And then
I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen there. But it's probably not gonna have any mention of Infinity War until maybe like an after credit scene or something. But I don't know. It might.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're gonna handle the advertising for the next one.
Yeah, because I remember when they first announced it, it was originally called Infinity War Part 1 and 2, but now this one has no title.
That was such a good decision because I thought they were just gonna defeat Thanos in this one or something.
Yeah.
Some people I talked to about it were like, no, obviously it was still gonna be Infinity War Part 2, but I didn't know. I thought it was. I thought they just combined it in one movie.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, so I guess they're gonna keep Infinity War together into that one Infinity War because I mean they basically lost the war. Thanos got what he wanted and stuff. So in the next movie, what's it gonna be called? Because there hasn't been no confirmation of the title.
Infinity War 2.
I heard people are making rumors saying I think it's gonna be called Avengers Endgame or something.
Isn't it already the name of something else?
Yeah, people just assume like it's gonna be a title that kind of spoils if you haven't seen this movie. That's why there hasn't been like a title reveal.
That's another thing. Like, how are they gonna advertise it without spoiling Infinity War? I guess they're just gonna assume you haven't seen it by then.
I even heard Marvel skipping Comic-Con this year.
What would they say? What are they gonna advertise? Captain Marvel?
Yeah, exactly. Like people want to deal with Infinity War 4, and then afterwards they'll start pushing the next part.
I wanted the next Avengers movie to come out like the same way Cloverfield Paradox did.
Oh,
where it's just like the trailer came out in the Super Bowl and then it was released the same night.
That would be crazy. You know how insane that would be?
That's what I want to
be insane. I don't know. I could see a Super Bowl commercial happening next year for it.
But since it's in theaters, I don't think they could do that.
Yeah. But like on Infinity War, like the threat Thanos, you know, them hyping this up for 10 years. Avengers 1 hinted at this. Seeing him actually be on the screen now, how do you think he did as a bad guy? Like just delivering the whole...
Yeah, he was pretty good. I think he looked better in Guardians of the Galaxy.
He looked more blue in Guardians of the Galaxy. I remember that. Like he looked a little bit more blue.
Yeah, but he's smoother in this one.
Yeah.
I think his eyes look more human.
Yeah, because I think it's because in the other movies, it was like mostly CGI. But in this one, it was like face capture, so it looks a little...
Yeah.
Because like when I see Thanos' face, I could actually see Josh Brolin in his face. I'm like, I can see Josh Brolin.
That's cool, but he's not Josh Brolin.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanos.
Yeah, exactly. But and then when you see the Guardians 2, you know, it's like nothing like Josh Brolin. It just looks like what Thanos would look like. But seeing this movie, like you can see the face capture. And I think it was cool because it kind of captures like emotion when he does facial expressions and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. If you had to rate it, what would you rate it?
I have rated it actually, and I feel weird about what I give it. I give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Oh wow!
Which is the same as Guardians 1 and 2, which are like my favorite Marvel movies.
Yeah. Those are your favorite Marvel movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine too. I really like Guardians 1. I love Guardians 1 and 2, man.
I ranked them in like my favorite movies list, which is everything above 8 stars.
Yeah.
And I put Infinity War above the first Guardians. Which,
oh wow!
Yeah, I feel weird about, but I feel like
I know, like with the experience and everything. Yeah.
Not the second one though. I like the second one better.
Oh, you like the second one better?
Yeah, I think the second one's better than the first one and Infinity War.
Oh, okay.
But Infinity War I think is a little bit better than Guardians of the Galaxy.
So there's a lot of people who kind of like the first one more than Guardians 2.
Would you rate it?
I think I rated it 9 out of 10.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
I don't think
perfect.
It's 10. Yeah, I don't think it's perfect. Yeah.
I mean, the only movie I've given a 10 out of 10 is The Incredibles. That's the only movie.
Oh yeah, Incredibles is really good. I mean, I gave it a 9 out of 10 because it's not a perfect movie, but it's so hard to kind of like nitpick because of the experience I felt for it. If I were to sit down and nitpick, it would be like, what's the point? It was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
That's fair enough.
So yeah, I mean, this movie, there's a lot to talk about. I mean, if you haven't watched it, you should go check it out. I mean, why haven't you watched it? I'm pretty sure if not, you've been spoiled. If
yeah,
you watch it.
You watched this video.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Did you miss the part where he said there was going to be spoilers?
Yeah. Let's see what happens for the next 10 years of Marvel because they said they're willing to do another 10 years.
And aLdO did a video on the movie too without spoilers.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you've already seen the movie by now probably with spoilers in this video, but go check out his video. He talks about it a little bit. His channel, aLdOtheHERO. Next time I'll see Troll 2.